likeness in any sort.
You beat the system.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, it's not really up to you, it's up to me.
Wait, we're streaming this game?
Yes.
To who?
To ourselves, just personally.
And that.
Okay, let's see. Let me grab up, John, I have your character sheet. What do you need help with?
Oh no, I don't have the skills filled out.
Gotcha, okay. At all, or what? You have the...
It's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, so you have everything ranked up, and... Okay, so I'm gonna assume that Nick will help you out with that.
The 1s are 3s.
Correct. As long as they're a class skill.
Yeah, see where you put that 1 for rank?
Yeah.
That's 3. So when you add it up, you add that as a 3.
Alright.
Alright, let me know when everyone's ready, and we're gonna go ahead and get started on our campaign as soon as John feels comfortable with his character sheet.
I printed out my spell cards. That's what we were waiting for.
Ooh, excellent. John, John, you're familiar with how your spells work, though, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay, great.
Can you give a brief overview? Because I'm not familiar with how spells work.
So the spells, the way they work, is that generally you're not allowed to use any spells that are against your alignment. So John, as a neutral good character, can't use any evil spells necessarily, or he can't use spells in an evil way. It's really up to me to decide whether or not he's capable of casting a spell in a certain way. He's allowed as a level 1 cleric to cast 3 level 0 spells per day, or orisons as they're known as. And he's allowed 1 level 1 spell and another level 1 spell in his specialty domain or school of training or whatever, which in his case would be fire or healing, because that's the deity that he worships. So essentially he's going to have 5 spells.
Fire god?
Yes. Yes. He worships the god Sarene, right? And so he gets to choose basically from those 5 potential spells which one he as a character wishes to prepare per day and be able to use throughout the day. If he wishes to use any other spell, he is allowed to, but just not for that day because he hasn't done the proper rituals or things to get the blessings from his god to be able to cast them.
Same thing with me.
Same thing with our druid, who has to essentially do the same thing in meditating at the beginning of each day to sort of draw the natural energy in order to cast the spells. One more question.
Why aren't you in the game? Justin,
What?
you're not in the room.
Oh, I'm not?
Yep, get on tabletop.
I'm here. D&D.
Alright,
Password is...
One.
as usual.
Someone's gonna figure that out one day. What color should I be?
One more question, you guys. Would you guys wish to have your character models as sort of nondescript, sort of, what do you call them? Random figurines that wouldn't necessarily correlate to your figures? Or would you rather that you guys just be, the, player pawns and use your imagination?
Can I have green?
You may have green.
I have pink.
You may have pink.
So we're doing player pawns?
I think so. I think that's the best way to go.
Yeah.
Can John have purple?
And Justin gets red.
Flag. I throw it over here,
Mhm.
and I flying slide tackle Justin.
Who has the red?
Justin should
No,
have
that's
the
me.
red one.
What happened? Everything's black for me.
Oh, okay. Well, wait. Let me know when your thing comes back
I
up.
think you have like alt tab and then like double tap show desktop and then like tab back in. I don't know.
Alt tab, double tap, show test. Ah! What a god.
Well done.
Yeah.
Okay. One last thing to get you, Justin.
Oh, my red dies?
No. That is not at all what I want. Let me see.
There's a full set of black over here.
Which is nice.
we don't need, like, those are extra d6s if we need one.
Yeah, no, Justin needs.
Justin
don't.
has a d6.
Justin,
we're-
here you go.
Yeah,
This
one
is also with you.
Valor!
There's the rest of blue.
Alright,
Okay,
gentlemen.
We don't need all of them, Nick. Like,
Doesn't
they're
Justin?
there. No, Justin has one. They're there
Oh.
for a reason.
Oh, I took
Like-
4.
Like, it's, I mean, you can keep 4, but it's like, if you need an extra d6, they're there.
Right.
No.
So basically, the one that you're going to be using most often is the D12. I'm sorry, D20, which is the purple die. Just so everyone's aware.
d3.
Also, I asked that during our game, you not just jingle dice or fuck around with the things on the screen. Like, no reason, otherwise it just gets kind of annoying. So, that's all. Is everyone ready to start our adventure?
John?
I will be in literally 3 seconds.
Trying to do math.
Just filling out every column. File save.
Gotta do my stretches before D&D.
Go for
Whole
it.
muscle. You're a faggot! Doing the same thing.
Huh?
You were just stretching too.
I wasn't calling you a faggot because you were stretching. I was calling you a faggot because you're a faggot.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready.
Alright, everyone's ready?
Yep.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dungeons & Dragons. We are going to be playing Pathfinder. We are going to be running off of a level 1 module. I will basically be doing house rules wherever I see fit. Not that you guys will know of it. That's basically my excuse for covering my ass whenever I don't remember a rule correctly. But ultimately, this world is up to me. You guys feel free to interact at all, however you see fit.
Pizza baby.
Yep. So, everyone go around the table and please introduce yourselves. Let's start first with Green, and then we'll go around in a clockwise fashion.
I am Kungar. I am a 38-year-old giant dwarf. For some reason. I'm a barbarian.
Thank you, Kungar.
Is that as far as I have to go?
That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Next up,
Who's next?
that would be
Oh,
you.
is that me?
I believe that's John, actually.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm sorry. I thought we were going to.
I am Urbag. I am a 46-year-old cleric gnome, and I'm an alcoholic.
I think you pronounced your name wrong. It's supposed to be D-bag.
No, it's Urbag. It's Urbag.
Everyone say hi, Urbag.
Hi.
Hi, Urbag. Step 1 is just admitting you have a problem. We're very glad you could join
Because
us.
you're a bad guy doesn't make you a bad guy.
Alright, next up.
I'm Glockin. I'm 17 and I'm a human and I'm a rogue and I'm 5'11 and I weigh 165 pounds.
Very self-conscious Glocken is.
Anyone else lose connection to the server?
Nope.
No.
RFU John.
I kind of suck dick.
Alright, well, John, well, you can get back in here, but you're still on TeamSpeak, so we can continue our introductions.
I'm
Alright,
trying to flip the table.
next up.
I keep losing connection.
Hi, I'm Rice Monkey, aka the DM, or Game Master GM for this game. This is going to be, this is going to be my first GM, DM experience, so bear with me, and let's hope that everyone here has fun. Alright, next.
Alright. My name is Malgranor. I am a lanky druid. My parents got freaky because one was an elf and one was a human. And they ran off together. I'm 19 years old. And I like penis.
What about your birdie?
And I have valor! My hawk is valor. I have had her since she was a little egg. I stole her. And we developed a bond. He is currently smarter than our barbarian.
Valor unfortunately has an intelligence of 2, versus our barbarian, which has an intelligence of 10. So I'm going to have to say that is false. All right.
Alright,
It's Nick's wisdom that's low.
well he's bigger. He's bigger than Urbag.
This is true. Valor is physically bigger than Urbag. All right, welcome everyone.
Can we trade?
No, we're gonna keep the player pawn scaling the same.
Okay.
No, you need the smaller piece.
All right, so welcome everyone. I bring you all today. We are all gathered in the small town of Chasm. It is a woodland village by a river. It is in the Fangwood Forest, which is all inside the country of Nermathus. The capital city of Tamarin is quite big and it's generally in war with the neighboring nation. Several neighboring nations, but Chasm's seen relative peace. Doesn't really know battle too much. It's rather small as a town. Less than 1,000 people live in it. It's mostly human. More than 90% of its population is human, with a small bit being elf, dwarf, half-elf, even the odd half-orc there. Generally, everyone knows each other. Everyone knows each other's families. Most of you have grown up here. Some of us, specifically, Valor and Malgrenor, as well as Glocken, have spent their entire lives in Chasm, whereas Kungar and Urbag moved here not too long ago, but also not too recently. Long enough that everyone sort of knows who they are and they're familiar with what's going on. Chasm is primarily exports wood by the surrounding forests. That's how most people make their livelihoods. Their Woodcutters Guild actually has a huge amount of influence in the town, and for the most part, you guys have just been chilling. There's learning your various trades and your various roles and classes through your mentors, which Chasm has, like any decent town, they're a plethora of. Today, everyone has been summoned to the mayor's house. This is Mayor Uptal. Mayor Jonark Uptal. He is your elected mayor of Chasm. Elections go every 4 years, and Mayor Uptal has been, for almost 4 years, elected mayor, quite popular, quite overwhelmingly. Everyone pretty much likes him. He's a very, very very pronounced man. He is a aristocrat, and he values community very much. Everyone seems to more or less love him a lot. Generally, Chasm, tucked away in the woods, doesn't get a lot of visitors. Sometimes you see the odd adventurer come through. But most people only know really Chasm as sort of a pit stop on the way to more adventure. What is it? The Seven Silvers is the main inn and tavern of the town, and that's generally where all the action happens and where most people not necessarily. Well, the cleric actually hangs at the lone temple of the town. You may see him at the tavern though, commiserating others who may have a drinking problem, who we do not judge because they are suffering in and of themselves. So today everyone's been summoned to Mayor Uptal's home, and where you meet the mayor. He comes out. He's got this rather gaudy purple robe. He's sort of dressed like a king, even though he has no real business being a king, given that it's just a small little town. And he greets everyone. Welcome. Thank you for coming to my house.
You're welcome.
There's no need to whisper here or be shy. We are all amongst friends. And I know you guys may not get along with each other individually, but today I have summoned you here today for a very, very important quest, if I may.
What is the quest?
Well, I'm glad you asked. As you well know, pretty much twice a decade, we hold our quest for the Everflame. As you know, our town was founded by our founder, Ekat Kasson. It was an adventurer who journeyed through many an adventure and founded our town almost 200 years ago. And today, what I ask for you adventurers is that you step out of your boyhood shoes and you become men, and you retrieve the flame, the Everflame, from its crypt, where the bones of our lovely and beloved founder, Kasson, lay to rest. You guys, as residents of Chasm, know that the quest for the Everflame is a ceremony where you must journey to the crypt of the Everflame, which once again is where your founder's bones are laid to rest. The Everflame is an eternal magical flame that is lit among the highest watchtower and bell tower in the center of the city, of the town. And it's the residents of Chasm believe that this flame, imbued by the strength of their founder, sort of gives the town protection and gives it good sort of luck throughout the season. And it's very important to the people that this flame is always lit and always going. Do you have any questions about what I ask of you, or is?
How much?
Well, while there is no necessarily individual monetary reward for going on this quest, you will be hopefully quite pleased to know that you keep that by accepting this quest, you'll be keeping our town safe. You will have the honor of being our town's heroes, and it is absolutely essential, as winter is fast approaching, that we have the Everflame lit anew so that we may be able to survive the winter with our food shares.
I mean, if I'm gonna risk my life, I want to get paid.
There may be treasures along the way, which you, by all means, should be able to keep, as well as any glory and titles attached that you may find along the way.
Now you say should I be able to keep? Are you gonna confiscate it when I get back?
Nonsense! Why would we treat our heroes in such a way? You need not worry about any of these things. So,
Will there be free food?
we upon your successful return, we shall hold a mighty banquet and feast, and there will be much celebration.
I am down.
For everyone who's lived in the town, that would be Malgrenor and Glocken. You guys have already seen this once, this ceremony once. You were children when you saw this happen, so you don't really remember too much. You remember it sort of being a giant sort of festival as a group of heroes were sent off the way, and you remember them returning about less than a week. You may have. That's for you to know, not for the mayor to know. But
we know what we should be encountering along the way.
You do not.
What we'll be facing.
You do not. As
Does he?
he may, but all you know is that this is an adventure that happens every once in a while, as a sort of a ceremony. Kungar and Urbag, this will be your first time actually seeing this happen. You have heard of this before, having moved to this town, but you have never personally experienced it. The flame was once again. The flame is in the crypt of the Everflame, which is where the founder's bones are laid to rest.
And Urbag talk to him and see if we can, what we'll be expecting inside the crypt.
Go ahead and ask.
I have shitty talking.
Nonsense.
Charisma.
Give it.
Talking. First hand example. I'm role-playing that Nick has shitty talking. Trying to be Kungar.
Kungar sort of nudges Urbag with his elbow and says, "What's going on? Ask him."
I mean, yeah, I'm 3'5" and 40 pounds, so calm down with the nudging, please. What's the ratio of people
What's the
coming
success
back?
rate?
Like, how many
Yeah.
people come back from this trip?
Oh, it's a mighty adventure. If you have any questions, I suggest that you ask your mentors as you prepare for this trip. We'll be actually sending. Sorry to be on short notice, but the send-off will actually be it will be tomorrow, as it marks the anniversary of Cassin's victory over his rival Vergas, which is the mighty battle where Cassin lost his life to protect our village.
I feel like that motherfucker's still alive.
Do you say that out loud, or?
We're gonna have to fight him.
The mayor merely widens his eyes a bit, but keeps his hands down, rested behind his desk as he looks upon you children.
Don't mind him. He's
Yeah, I apologize, Mr. Mayor. He's out of his.
The mayor is well known with Kungar's habits, so he's not too surprised. But your founder Cassin is quite beloved, and on the verge of maybe being sort of worshipped or idolized here. In that case,
I say we go.
I am very happy. I am very happy to hear that you are willing to accept this quest and be once again Cassin's saviors. The mayor goes ahead and pours everyone, produces 4 glasses of 4 glasses of 4 glasses of mead, and pours 4 glasses and pours mead in the various glasses and distributes them to you 4. I suppose that Malgunor gives the mayor an odd look, and Valor looks a little displeased at this. The mayor then takes out another glass, and it's this giant, gaudy goblet. It's laden with emeralds and rubies, some of which may or may not be real, and pours himself a glass and raises it up. To our adventurers on their quest for the Everflame.
raises
To
glass.
I drink it and throw it on the floor.
Take a sip, and I give Val the rest.
Squaw! The bird may very. The mead is mead. Unfortunately, to some of your displeasures, is not that strong. Unfortunately.
I still
well-
throw the glass on the floor.
Pretty, yeah, I'm a lightweight. Bottom.
Hey. All right. So the mayor then says to you, for the first part of your quest, I ask that until you leave tomorrow, that you all stick together, get to know each other better, and not to leave anyone out of your sights, so that you may learn the meaning of camaraderie and community, much as the theme of our town, community.
Yeah.
Nothing is more powerful than community, and hopefully through the strength of community, you will be successful in your adventures. So please, go visit your mentors, and prepare for yourselves for tomorrow.
We have to go together? What? We have to go to our adventures? This doesn't make sense. We have to go to our adventures together,
Where-
guys.
Where's our mentors?
All right, guys,
way do we
I'm
go?
going to my mentor.
So you guys now have been asked to stick together once again, and you must go visit your mentors. You may decide amongst yourselves who you wish to visit. Who you wish to visit first.
I vote that we see Kungars.
All right. If you guys can go ahead and leave these.
Let's go to Kungar.
Go ahead. Go ahead and leave the player pawns alone for now. So as Kungar knows, his mentor is actually he is a dick, but actually he is quite the dick. Some people can sort of be okay with him. Not too many people are. He is actually taught by Bragger Ironheim, who is a male dwarf, as is Kungar, so they get together in that sense, and he is a barbarian. He is one of the primary blacksmiths that service Chasm, but he's got more of a reputation for throwing things in his shop at customers he doesn't really like, and generally being kind of a ripoff. But he is quite the warrior when he needs to be. So, as you guys decide as a group to go visit Bragger Ironheim, you will be able to find him at his blacksmith residence slash shop. So,
Okay.
so you venture forward. All right, you go to the blacksmith. As you open the door, you get a giant blast of heat wave. You may smell some other funny things that may or may not be related to blacksmithing. In fact, the heat wave, the difference between the outside air was it's nearly winter. It's kind of brisk and chilly, and the heat of the forge inside almost blows Urbag away in his poor little stature. And in fact, Valor needs to lift out his wings to sort of stabilize herself as you enter. And a small bell chimes when you open the door. And you hear sort of this voice, you can't really see from where. Who's there?
Me.
Kungar.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
Kungar.
Ah, Kungar, my boy. Come over here, I have something for you.
Yeah, your present.
So, well, don't hurry up. So Kungar walks over, and he's presented with a lovely sort of ironwork sculpting of a man with half his head being decapitated off. What do you think, my boy?
I love it.
It's trash! You don't know shit! As usual, your eyes are useless! How does that make you feel?
Go fuck yourself.
Attaboy. At this point, Bragar sort of notices. At this point, Bragar sort of notices, huddled by the door, is the rest of your party, sort of unwilling to take more than a couple steps into the forge. Who'd you bring this time?
I'm not introducing them.
So Kungar doesn't really speak up, and Bragar sort of just glowers at the rest of you. You can buy anything? If you're not gonna buy anything, get the fuck out.
I get the fuck out.
I get the fuck out of there. I'll stay.
All right.
Die in the first day.
All right. So who left and who stayed?
Glocken and D-Bag.
Urbag.
Glocken and Urbag sort of head out the door.
Malgranor stays with the
Malgranor stays.
demeanor.
What do you want, kid?
Who's kid?
He's referring to Malgranor in this case.
I'm just browsing around, just seeing the teacher to student relationship firsthand.
Well, if you touch anything, it's gonna be 2 silver pieces.
Touch.
Bragger glowers at you and sort of starts sharpening an axe on a grindstone. That's 2 silver pieces, my boy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I lost all my money on the way in.
Lies.
If you have no money, what the hell are you doing in my shop?
I'm with my friend Kungar.
Not friends.
Kungar? You made a friend? Bragar immediately ignores Malgranor and starts glowering at Kungar. What's the meaning of this, Kungar?
I gotta go get some fire thing.
Fired. Ah, you've been talking to that faggot Uptall, haven't you?
Yeah, he's got shitty meat.
I know. With this, Bragar produces his own sort of bottle off to the side. brings out 2 glasses, pours 2 of them in, and quickly downs both the glasses before returning the bottle back onto the shelf.
Can I reach for his bottle?
You cannot, unfortunately, as is behind his shelf. So, Kungar, what did Mayor Uptall tell you?
Wait, what?
So, Kungar, what did Mayor Uptall tell you?
Something about a fire and a quest.
That's right, my boy. So I take it these other sissies are your quest mates.
Sure, let's go with that.
Valor squawks.
Valor squawks indignantly. He's completely ignored by Bragar. In fact, I'm not even sure Bragar has even noticed that there's a bird in his forge. He seems sort of indifferent to these kinds of things. Bragar goes, well, get the rest of them in here, right now! Snaps his little dwarvy fingers.
Heavy at the door.
God.
Hear it from outside.
Dunk 'em!
I'm coming.
I enter.
Why are you sissies running away already, huh?
I mean, you told us to get out.
Damn right! Come in here with no money into my shop expecting handouts. I don't do handouts. Now, what was I talking about?
Come back in.
I'm very confused as to whether or not I should be saying.
Good, if I say that,
Now listen here, y'all youngins. You're off to find the Everflame. This is absolutely essential, because without the Everflame, everyone in this town loses their tiny little fucking minds. And if they're losing their minds, you know what they're not doing? They're not coming in here and they're not buying my wares. So I'm counting on you boys, able to find this Everflame, return it back here, and keep our town safe. Now hopefully, you lily-livered sissies aren't going to be too much of a drag on old Kungar here.
yeah. No, I think we'll be all right.
Touch.
You hear this slow grinding of an axe that's already probably way too sharp to need any more grinding anymore. Kungar, I'm depending on you to keep these faggots in order. Can you do that for me, boy?
Yes.
I expect great tales of your triumphs, the heads of your enemies. No less than 2 heads, mind you. I need some new inspiration for my craft.
In order to spread word of your business, I would like to inquire about an axe for free to show how well your wares are made.
Okay, Bragar sort of looks at Kungar and says, I don't like the way that your friends of yours have got you thinking already. But with this, he goes ahead and gives you a dwarven war axe. This is how you come to procure your dwarven war axe.
Okay.
So it's actually hanging. It's actually hanging above his forge. It's quite ornate, actually. Surprisingly ornate for most of the wares you see at Braggart's locale. In fact, he goes over there, inspects his the dwarven war axe, takes a small rag and wipes something off. Rag comes back a little brownish, which may unease Valor a bit, and tosses the war axe rather haphazardly towards Kungar.
I catch it.
You can talk.
Do you really say okay?
I need something to protect myself from. A shield or armor.
Now don't be a faggot. You already have those.
Go fuck yourself.
Attaboy.
As long as we're on the subject of giving out free stuff.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm trying to get shit.
Kungar sort of glowers at Urbag, the exact same look that Bragar glowers at Urbag, and he's definitely ignored. While Bragar walks up to Kungar and pats the dwarf on the back. Us dwarves gotta stick together. Don't disappoint me, boy.
So now we start speaking
He is
Dwarven.
patting Kungar,
That's racist.
I
That is
attempt
racist.
to slide a short sword into the depths of my clothing so it cannot be found.
Oh god. Do you roll on that?
Yes, you will need to roll on that. Please roll
Tony?
a d20 it would be
Sleight of hand?
sleight of hand, correct.
Let's go. 12 plus 7, 19.
19. The moment you reach for the sword, Braggart immediately stops patting Kungar on the back and glowers at you and screams, "Get the fuck out of my shop now!"
Oh, good.
Jesus, imagine what would have happened if you rolled a 1.
What are you waiting for? Get out! Get out now!
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Okay,
Let's
I
go.
hold the door for my
Go to
friend.
Malcolm's place now.
Before while I look over at Glocken and I say, keep that door open. And while we're walking out, Valor fetches the bottle on top of the shelf and he flies out with it.
Let's go.
Alright, as your party is leaving, Braggart pulls aside Kungar one last time before he exits and says, "I don't like those fruits, those faggots you call your friends. But
Why is he like Southern?
And homophobic.
Very racist.
Southern homophobic dwarf.
Yes.
Southern.
And he pulls Kungar aside. "I don't like your friends of yours, but I'm depending on you. I know you're going to make me proud, boy. Now go out there and get some heads. And remember,
I'll go get some head.
when you're feeling like you don't have any more anger, remember, there's always more anger." And with that, he gives you one last reassuring pat on the back and sort of shoves Kungar out the door before slamming the door to his iron blacksmith shop close. And you hear no less than 5 locks being locked behind it.
So that guy's in the closet.
So I turn around, I look at everybody, and I stare at Valor, who I'm guessing is still clenching the bottle.
Correct?
Valor actually drops the bottle in your hand.
Oh, he just drops it in my hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's in your hand. Look.
Yeah, touche. I then drink the whole bottle and throw it at the old man's house.
What an asshole.
The other people here.
Unfortunately, there's next to nothing left in the bottle, but you still feel yourself slightly tipsy after the fact.
And I throw it at his house.
There's a shattering, and you hear sort of
Break anything on his house.
the bottle shatters harmlessly against the outside of his house, but inside you sort of hear this raging roar inside upon hearing a bottle breaking outside the house. "Where the fuck is my meat?" You're sort of yelling from the inside, and you sort of feel the ground rumble a bit.
Yeah, let's go. Let's we should leave now.
Your party quickly hurries itself along the road away from the from the blacksmithing ironworks. You have successfully met with Braggart Ironhame, Kungar's mentor, who he himself is a barbarian. You must now, as a group, sort of decide where you want to go now.
I say we go to the bar. Some bitches.
I mean, we got shit
Alright.
to do.
Yeah, guys.
Shut
We're
up,
leaving.
you're an alcoholic.
We're leaving tomorrow.
We I want some pussy before I leave.
I mean, we got other things to do before we leave. There's probably gonna be bitches on the adventure,
I highly doubt
the
there's just
catacombs
random
or
bitches in
wherever
the
we're
woods.
going.
and being a gnome from a town not primarily populated by gnomes. I don't know. Not a lot of people are into me.
I pushed
Like-
John over.
The 3'5". Oh god damn it!
I pushed Teabag over. And kicked dirt in his face.
He used like one finger, motherfucker. Let's go with my mentor. Come on, guys.
I
We're
vote
going.
we're going to Urbag's mentor.
All right.
Let's go to D-Bag.
So you head off towards Urbag's mentor, which is Father Rantel Prast. Father Rantel Prast is a human cleric. He worships the deity Aristil, which is the deity of the most of the community who most of the community belongs to, which is the god of community, essentially. He is a very open man. He's very young, actually. He's in his early 20s. And you head over to the only sort of temple where you find him in a white robe on his knees praying to a holy symbol of the deity of Aristil. Urbag, as you were new to town, not more than about 5-ish so years ago, as a follower of Serenai, Father Prast was very welcoming of you to come join the temple and teach and study on the ways of Serenai. He's a very open cleric, and he's accepting of more or less all deities. In fact, off to the side you see no less than 7 other deities' holy symbols with their own sort of mini shrines set aside to them. Despite
What are they made of?
they are made of actually gold and silver.
Okay.
I attempt to steal.
Oh god damn it!
They are bolted. They are built into the ground and are unable to be removed. In fact, there may be no less than a dozen holy spells keeping
I
them
hold him
here.
at max point to take them out and give them to me.
All right, you are escorted out by me. You're gone. I get it. Get out.
Urbag sort of
Wait outside.
I follow them and attempt to steal John's holy relic.
John's holy relic is protected by, again, a bunch of spells, and you find yourself unable to even look towards it with ill thoughts in your head.
In rage, I scream Alabama.
I open the door and come back in.
Upon Alabama being screamed, Father Prast gets up from his knees and looks around and sort of notices Urbag and the rest of your party sort of awkwardly and sort of haphazardly sort of gathered on the outside of the temple. Ah, Urbag.
Closer towards Valor and the half-elf.
Urbag, so good to see you again. Please come in and bring your friends with you.
Yes, thank you, Father. I apologize. They're all kind of assholes, but we'll be all right. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. And how are
I
you?
unsheathe my axe. Out of
Right, get
fear.
out, get out,
No,
get out.
no.
Now there, wary travelers. There's no need for this. I have personally asked Mayor Uptal for Urbag to come to go off on a quest for the Everflame, as I feel he is very close to becoming a much greater cleric than I.
He's trying to kill off the heathens.
I take it these are your questmates, no?
Yeah, these are them.
Why don't you introduce us?
Oh god, I don't want to. You're all embarrassing.
Who are your friends, Urbag?
God damn it! Can we just kick him out?
Who are your friends, Urbag?
This is Kungar. He's been living in town for a little while. He wasn't born here like me, and he's a barbarian.
I sense great strength from him. You will be a mighty, mighty force on the battlefield, Kungar.
To prove his point, I swing at the half-elf.
God.
Upon swinging your axe, you feel almost a sort of this unexplainable force sort of fling your axe sort of harmlessly, so it sort of just swings through the air and comes nowhere near the elf. This is a holy area.
Yeah, we're in a church, Kungar. What the crap?
Alright, so I guess we're not going to Alabama right
I
now.
guess we're not gonna do it Alabama.
Nope. What?
Be on TeamSpeak for us.
Alabama was the code name for assassinate John and Justin. So we do those things.
And upon Kungar's swinging of his axe, in fact, Father Prast walks over to Kungar and grabs and takes both his hands and places them on the dwarf's head. And Kungar, you feel sort of an invigorating rush go through you, as if you feel like you've just
Because I'm drunk, it makes me puke on the shoes.
lifted, gotten out of a great workout. And as you puke on his shoes, Father merely smiles at you and returns back to where he originally was.
Gosh, just cool with it.
Well, my name is Malganor.
Welcome, Malgrenor. And who is your friend, Malgrenor? I see on your shoulder.
This
My
is
name's
Valor.
Glockin.
Yeah.
Valor squawks.
The Father Prast actually reaches into his robe and pulls out a fistful of what appears to be seeds, and says, "Come, Valor."
Valor
Kungar,
seems a little testy, but he's quite hungry. So
So,
it's over.
so Kungar eats them.
so Kungar and Valor share the seeds.
Got them drunk monsters. Don't worry,
And Father Prast goes ahead and talks to Malgrenor some more. I believe you study under Olmira Treesong, am I correct? Malgrenor, you know that you do indeed study under Olmira Treesong, who is kind of odd. She is a human druid. She actually has a long sort of history of sort of training very successful druids, actually. But she is, amongst other things, sort of,
Odd.
yes, odd for lack of another word. She refuses to dress in anything but leaves and sort of these nature-made robes, nothing in textile or whatsoever. And she's often seen sort of just wandering through the streets, staring at either the ground or the wall, and sort of ditzy, if not.
Stone?
Bitches popping mollies.
So, I believe you study under Olmira Treesong?
Yes, that is true.
She is a wonderful, wonderful mentor. And
She is.
I'm sure you will go on to be quite successful.
I'm not a teacher.
Well, thank you for your confidence.
And with that, Father Prast walks over to you, Malgrenor, and places both his hands on your head, and you feel another sort of surge of strength wash over you, and you feel quite refreshed.
Mini ejaculate.
No.
Is he jerking me off? Did he jerk me off?
No, he's a priest.
I am a young boy.
You're not that young.
In dwarven years, yes, I am. Pretty old as fuck. For like
All
a
right,
human.
guys, cut it
Yo,
out.
that old man touched me.
He's not old. He's actually quite young. Once again, in fact, John's, I'm sorry, Urbag is almost twice of
Yeah,
Father Prast's
46.
age. He walks over to
Why is he
Glocken.
teaching you?
He walks over to Glocken and says, "And who might you be?"
I'm Glockin.
That is all you need to know.
Glocken, how come I don't see you here at temples on the 7th day of the moon cycle?
Because when everyone else is a temple, it's a lot easier to steal their shit.
Now then, let's not have any of that. Who do you study under? You know, as a rogue, you study under a halfling rogue by the name of Shortchange, or Jimmy's Iggins. He is usually found around the bar at the Seven Silvers. Now, who might you study under?
That guy. Jimmy
Short
Iggins.
Shortchange.
Jimmy Iggins?
It's Jimmy Iggins, or better known as Shortchange. Upon saying Shortchange, you see sort of Father Prast sort of wrinkle his nose a little bit and sort of mutter under his breath and says, "I will pray for you, my child."
I walk out of the temple. I'm not having this.
With that, Glocken walks out of the temple. And finally, Father Prast goes back to Urbag and says, "May you have great fortune on your quest for the Everflame. I know the. You may not know the terrors of battle, but when I was a soldier in Tamaran, let's just say that it was quite the challenge, and I found myself learning more about my faith than I ever thought I would. And I hope that you learn much about Serenade and your connection with your deity."
Oh, I'll be sure I will.
And with that, you are actually given a small vial by the father, and you know this. You know this to be a potion for cure light wounds. So, Urbag, go ahead and add to your inventory a potion of cure light wounds.
Lovely. Thank you, Father.
Or I have said.
Excuse me, Father.
Does he have a bathroom? Can I?
Yes, yes, Malgrenor. What is it? And there, you know that there is an outhouse outside the temple.
I have to go poop.
Fuck out of here.
Now, are you saying this to me, or are you?
No, I'm announcing this as I walk out the door.
Father sort of bows his head and whispers a small prayer as you do so.
Go poop.
And
Don't question.
yes, Malgrenor.
It seems to me you didn't give Valor any extra strength for this journey. Well, she
Damn
might
it,
need
you
it as
stupid
well.
fucking bird.
Call her over. And with this, Father Prowse walks over to Valor and sort of reaches behind Valor and strokes her birdie head. And you see Valor sort of caw in approval and raise out her wings. And you almost see, whether it's a trick of your trick of your eyes in the light or not, you sort of see this sort of sheen glower over her feathers. Best of luck on your journeys, my children. And with
Alright,
this,
Father.
I'll
And
see
with
you when I'm
this-
back, Father.
and with this, Father goes to the back room to change his robes.
Oh yeah, because asshole pooped all over them. All right, guys, let's get on our way. What's next?
Let's
go.
go to Malgrenor's
No,
place.
let's go to Glock.
All right, so you go off.
I was afraid we're gonna bang his mentor.
You go off to Glocken's mentor, which is of course short change, which you know can be found at the Seven
Bar
Silvers.
with the bitches.
So
Yeah.
you head over there and you open the door and you see sort of a nice laid out barn, and it's sort of like 3 buildings connected because this is sort of the main hub where travelers come to. The bar is relatively empty. There are a couple of regulars who you would normally see there, and they're sort of just drinking and talking amongst each other. It's sort of a very calm atmosphere, and you
What is
see
the price of a beer?
that would be 2 silvers.
Okay.
God damn it! You don't have any money left, do you?
I have 4 gold.
And you
God
see
damn it.
behind the counter Trelvar Silvers. He is a human, male, and he was recently widowed, so he's been quite down on his luck. In fact, often you'll see him drinking more of the wares than you think would be financially feasible for a bar owner. Besides him, you see his daughter, his lone daughter, Asina Silvers. She's quite beautiful, and she's sort of bustling about, doing sort of twice the work that you'd think a normal worker should be doing. Over on the other side, you see sort of Trelvar Silver sort of hunched over on himself and pouring himself a drink, and then drinking straight from the bottle. Upon entering, you hear another bell sort of clang as you open the door. And Asina Silver walks over to you. "Now, what can I do for you?"
I am looking for short change.
"You'll find him at his usual place." And with
In
that,
the
she
back room.
gestures over to the back of the bar, and you see sort of short change there, little halfling, armed to the teeth with no less than 8 daggers, sort of lining his legs. And you see him sort of laughing on his little stool, which he can sort of fits his entire body on, and pounding drink after drink after drink. In fact, you wonder how, for someone his size, the amount of liquid he's drinking even fits into his body.
Okay, we go, or I go over there, and the group can follow if they want.
I'm gonna follow.
I vote that we go to the bar.
I mean, we're in the bar. We have to go
Well,
to
I
the
mean,
corner
we're-
now.
Okay, fine. We'll go over to there and sit down. And
John,
while
you should go hit on the daughter.
I'm good.
Go hit on the daughter. John.
I'm trying to get on way with a fucking adventure here.
We still have a whole deck.
We've been living in this town for years. This daughter isn't much like she's not very new to us. If you think about it.
This is not the first time you have seen Asina Silvers by any means. In fact, pretty much
Does that mean
everyone.
that you had sex with all of us at one point within the 5 years.
This is not true, unfortunately.
All of us over 4 feet tall.
No. In fact, Asina is only 13 years old.
Oh. Then
But
yes.
she is sort of the central hub. She knows, as sort of the de facto bar owner, she knows basically all the town's gossip, and in fact many people talk to her daily, even though they have no interest in the bar, sort of just to get sort of the news of the town.
Ah. I see.
I'm gonna
And-
stay with her.
Wait, she was human, right?
Yes, she's human.
Oh, so
Sounds
she's
like-
going through a midlife crisis. She's good to go.
yeah.
That's pretty old.
May I mind you again? We're in a small woodland village. We are not in Sudan or anything like that.
Okay, so we walk over to where Shortchange is.
Upon you passing by Sina, she gives you sort of a friendly wink and goes back behind the bar and goes back to cleaning a couple of glasses. You walk over to Shortchange, where he notices out of the corner of his eye Glockin, and deftly takes out a dagger, twirls it around his finger, flings it towards Glockin, and then redirects it right before it leaves his hand back into a dagger sheath onto his leg. Glockin! What are you doing over here?
Bruh. Get into bitches.
You need another wingman.
Nah, I got like this idiot over here.
Like,
Now, who's the idiot over here, and why haven't you introduced him to me?
Short change. This is Kungai.
I go
My
for a
idiot.
headbutt. Headbutts all day.
Kungar goes in for a headbutt, and Shortchange actively meets your headbutt with his own headbutt. And as you collide with both your headbutts, he sort of whips his head back and goes, yeah! Good to meet you, Kungar.
Oh god. Short change is a weirdo.
He's also pissed drunk, keeping.
I don't know what to do now.
I mean, you can introduce the rest of us.
This is Malgrenor, the druid, and D-Bag, the cleric.
Bag. Jesus.
Welcome, D-Bag, and welcome, Malgrenor.
Valor.
Come, sit down.
No one cares about Valor.
I sit down.
I sit down and I pop a gold onto the table and buy a round.
Oh, swag.
Word.
I climb
An
up
entire
a
gold.
because
Keep
of
in
my
mind,
stature.
popping a gold coin would be equivalent of basically buying 50 drinks.
Oh, 50?
No, it's 5. You told me it was
You said
10
it was-
silvers.
Oh,
to
I'm
me.
sorry. Yeah. 5, basically, of the highest end drink, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing but the good stuff.
Okay,
Alright.
Last night in town.
that's what I popped a gold on.
So,
Oh, no, I tell, wait, so, I tell, what's her face?
Yeah.
Asina.
Just scream out what's
Athena?
your face.
I motion Asina to get over here, and I just pop a gold into her hand and
Bosom.
what?
Bosom.
She's 13.
Put it. And
Why not that?
Listen, guys, she winked at me, all right? Okay.
Wait 5 years.
So I said, get around for the table your finest goods.
Asina grabs the coin and then looks at it, holds it up to the light, and then flicks it deftly back towards you. and says, "No worry, boys. This one's on the house. It's already been taken care of." And with that, she gives another wink to Shortchange and returns back to the behind the bar and prepares the drinks.
Yay.
Shortchange looks over towards Glocken and produces from behind him a axe and looks at it and says,
Whoa.
looks at it and says, "This is quite the artifact you have right here. Bet it'd be worth a lot."
I thought we were friends. We headbutt.
So how much did you get this for?
A lot. Give it back.
Yo, it was free. Don't lie.
Shortchange upon hearing a lot says, "That's a surprise. I've tried to get Bragger to sell me this item over and over and over again. He says it's not for sale for the likes of me." And with that, he sort of twirls it on his finger, kind of like a Harlem Globetrotter. And
I
then
thought you said he's a halfling.
he is a halfling. He is a
It's
halfling.
as big as him.
It is, in fact, bigger than him.
Doesn't mean you can't use it.
Twirls it on one finger and then puts it right back down after a flick, and it lands. After doing 2 flips in the air, it lands straight on its hilt and lands straight up into the air next to Kungar. I like that axe.
I don't like you.
And with this, Asina returns to the table and has 5 drinks in nice large mugs set out for you guys. So Shortchange leans over. "Oh, no problem, darling," says Asina as she goes back to the behind the bar. So Shortchange leans over and sort of beckons everyone to lean their heads in and sort of says with a hushed voice, So?
Wait, what?
I'm so confused.
What did he say?
So Shortchange beckons you guys to sort of lean your head forwards into the table and whispers to you guys, So
So, we're going on this quest.
I knew it! And with this, Shortchange sort of slaps both his legs and rocks back onto his seat like it was the funniest thing in the world. You look sort of confused. Glocken looks rather unfazed. And Shortchange says, "So, Glocken, Uptall decided to listen to me after all and chose you to be on the quest, huh?
Yeah, boy.
Now let me tell you, best part about adventuring, all the loot you can grab."
Oh yeah, mad
I
loot.
cleaned it.
And with this, Shortchange reaches from behind him and produces a potion of Cure Light Wounds. It's also lovely to see all the trinkets you guys get for questing. I kind of miss questing myself.
I didn't hear what the last part of what Andrew said.
I miss questing myself. Used to do it a whole bunch back in the day.
What made you stop?
Found that it was actually more profitable just staying at a bar.
How?
Well, this and that, and with this, he produces a lovely coin sack and says, "This is from today. People should hold on to their belongings a bit more closely." Puts it back behind him, and pulls out another bag and says, "And this is also from just right now," and tosses a money bag back to Malgrenor.
Yo, why is this guy stealing all our shit?
Because he's mad.
As you have
That's your potion.
as you guys may or may not have noticed, Shortchange is known around the town as a bit of a kleptomaniac.
Damn it.
We thought my guy was a dick.
Yeah, I feel a little comfortable getting the fuck out of here after I get my shit back.
Yeah, really. I get up and walk away with my beer.
You head off, and
Talk to the 13-year-old.
go off to talk to Asina. Shortchange continues talking to the rest of the group here. "So, has Mayor Uptall told you anything about your quest yet?"
No.
He told us we weren't getting paid.
Ah, that's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie if I ever heard one. No less than 0 of the adventurers I've ever known to go on this quest came back with nothing less than their pockets lined. Not to mention all the pussy you get when you come back.
Oh yeah. At least
About
for
that
the
time.
adventure.
46, and I've never even seen a vagina.
And with this, upon saying that, Shortchange sort of just sadly looks over to Urbag and goes over to Glock and says, "You have a new mission, my boy, when you get back. I hope you know this as quite as well as I do." And sort of looks over to where Urbag is. That boy looks like he could get some.
Oh yeah.
I can't get his first side mission.
Well, why aren't you talking to a 13-year-old with me?
Accept or decline. Thank God.
Side mission established. Get Urbag laid.
I am
So-
talking up Urbag to the 13-year-old girl.
Asina sort of just politely listens and nods along to everything that Kungar says. Meanwhile,
I'm interested.
Ruining the game.
Shortchange says to Glocken, "So, you guys leave tomorrow, don't you?
Ja.
Where are you going to be staying the night then?
I don't know.
Tell you what,
Your mom's house.
I got a room already rented out here for the next 2 months. Tell you what, you guys can go ahead and take that for the night."
Oh yeah. I accept.
All right, we'll see. I mean,
With
I had
this-
plans for my mentor tonight, but you know.
With this Shortchange, reaches in behind him towards the table next to him and produces a key out of this other guy's pocket as he is completely unaware that anything is happening behind him, and flicks the key over to you, Glock, and says, "Here's the key to the room. It's room 12. Don't worry about that. I should probably give his actual key back to him." And with that, he reaches over to another table, grabs a key out of the man's pocket, and returns it to the man who he just pickpocketed.
You guys are a prick.
And sort of giggles to himself as he drinks more of his drink. Now now you now you remember, if you have any questions at all, feel free to come to Little Old Shortchange and ask. You guys know that Shortchange, despite his kleptomaniac tendencies, is actually well known around the locals to be genuinely kind and helpful to pretty much everyone, even if it may cost something that they're not aware of.
And ask Shortchange if he knows where I can get some grass.
For that kind of thing, you'd probably have to look to old Tree Song for that.
Okay.
Are we leaving now?
I need some drugs.
Okay. I motion to leave, guys.
Okay. I follow you out.
We'll say goodbye to Shortchange.
I check
Wait.
my pockets before I leave.
Upon you checking your pockets, Shortchange sort of looks like he had forgotten something and reaches back into his pockets and returns a money bag back to Kungar.
more
I
money in it.
also check my pockets.
Glockin, you find everything in your pockets, as it normally would.
Yeah,
I checked my
I'll have a look,
pockets.
too.
Justin, you find Malganor, I'm sorry, you find everything in your pockets as it was. And Urbag, you find yourself with everything in your pockets as well.
The fuck?
Well,
You're the
you
one who
should've
was
walked
being
away
an
from the
asshole.
table, you
Yeah.
asshole.
Yo, he stole my axe. He bought us drinks.
How
Okay,
did
you
you
don't steal a
not
man's
notice
axe.
him stealing your axe?
He didn't steal it, he was playing with it.
How did
stole
you
my
not
axe.
notice?
This
This is the organic weight on your back.
His wisdom is like 3.
Alright, we all leave.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Howdy.
You look to find Olmira Treesong, who is likely to be pretty much anywhere around town. You actually do not know where you will be able to find Treesong.
Alright, guys.
I smell some dank kush burning in the air and follow it.
You come across this weird odor in the air, and you go around sort of tracing it, and it leads you to a large tower, one that you know to be actually Holgast's, the local wizard's tower. And,
He's smoking that good.
and so you guys are now at the base of Holgast's, the wizard's tower.
Why are we at a wizard tower?
I don't know. Do we go in and check it out?
I say hi to the wizard and ask him for nice things.
We were outside.
I yell at the wizard from
Hi,
outside.
wizard, can I have nice things?
You hear a loud snore.
I knock
Rumbling
on the door
door.
profusely.
Just break in.
You knock on the door once, twice, and upon the third knock, your hand goes through the door as if the door wasn't even there. Not breaking the door, but physically going through the door as if it were sort of, as if you were reaching through water.
If I hit something enough, the atoms will line up perfectly so my hand can go through?
Like Harry Potter, your hand physically goes through the door as if it was never there. And upon looking down, you see no ground. In fact, you see a giant chasm, no less than 100 feet deep, and a tiny little plank which you have with both your feet just barely resting on.
I grab D-Bag and throw him into the chasm.
D-Bag, I want you... Okay, okay. Glocken, I need you to make a strength check roll.
Damn hits.
Really?
Two.
Oh, God.
2?
Yeah.
2? Okay. Okay, with that, I'm going to need Glocken, you to make a reflex save.
You mean
I need
Schmidt?
to make a reflex?
No, I need Glocken to make a reflex save.
Oh, okay.
Is that D20 as well?
Yes.
19.
19?
6,
Okay.
25.
You try to throw... Who are you trying to throw again?
Urbag.
You tried to throw Urbag into the chasm, but Urbag fiercely resists your attempts to do so, and in doing so, you almost lose balance, and you sort of teeter on this edge of this plank over this large chasm before finally regaining your balance, and are okay. Upon hearing this ruckus outside, you see a man physically float out of the top window of the tower and levitate midair high above you and sort of laugh at you guys. And as you look down again, the chasm is gone, and once again you are standing on flat ground. Well then, adventurers,
I knew it.
what are you doing here?
Adventure.
We're here to rob you.
Ah, you can try.
No, we're
He's got
not.
a-
You can try, my pretties.
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, well, he's a wizard. They molest more than the priests.
Oh dear God. What brings you to my tower?
You know what? I
don't know.
The
smell
smell
that
of
dank
dank
weed.
good.
Don't insult the wizard.
No, he knows he was smoking it, and he knows it smells
What do you see? What do you say again?
I smelled that dank kush.
Ah, my pipe. That's for me and me alone. He says as he blows, as he inhales very deeply from his pipe, and proceeds to blow a smoke cloud in the shape of a giant sailboat. Now.
French in hell.
Now, have you wanderers spoken to Mayor Uptal yet?
Yes.
Are you prepared for the challenges ahead?
If I had a little weed, I would be.
I'd like to say so, but I've been with these guys for an hour, and two of them have tried to kill me.
Are you sure they're not trying to kill you? Says the wizard as Holgas sort of twiddles around a wand that's inside one of his arm sleeves, and all of a sudden you see Urbag behind you, 4 times his size, sort of glowering over you, Kungar.
Oh, yes.
Oh no, he's like 5 feet tall now.
Mind over matter.
And upon blinking, Kungar, you see Urbag once again back to his regular size, and you're sort of shaken for a little
Kick
bit.
him in the nuts.
Upon trying to kick Kungar, upon trying to kick Urbag in the nuts, you find that you actually have no feet whatsoever, and sort of fall flat on your face from your torso. And upon falling, you notice that you actually did have legs, and you have no clue what's really going on.
I don't like it here. I'm leaving.
Is that your solution to every problem?
Yes.
He's gonna be a shit tank.
These guys are hitting me. I'm done. I'm going home.
The wizard starts to levitate down to ground level and says, "I hope you boys are ready for the challenges that lay ahead. You must have minds of steel, willpower of a brick, and skills among no other. I only wish you had a wizard among you to keep you safe. Who amongst you will be keeping you safe?"
Me.
We all motion to Urbag a little bit.
The wizard sort of looks at Urbag and cocks his head and says, "Your magic may be holy, but a book will teach you much more." And with this, he twirls his wand again, and John, you see, Urbag, I'm sorry, you see your potion of Cure Light Wounds sort of glow for a second, and turn from 1 potion into 3.
Yo, can you give me 3 axes?
Do you ask that?
Thank you, sir, wizard. I knew coming here would be a good idea.
No, I want to multiply my rope.
Kungar, do you actually ask these things?
Yeah, can I have some more rope?
Upon asking this, the Holgast sort of twirls his wand once again, and your rope is now gone.
What?
Correct.
The rest of you, but Kungar doesn't notice it, but the rest of you suddenly notice Kungar has a giant head full of dreadlocks in the color and made out of the rope that he had, sort of very tightly and expertly woven into his red hair. Kungar is completely unaware of this having happened whatsoever, however.
And I pull out my axe, because he stole my rope.
Upon pulling out your axe, the wizard suddenly shoots up into the air like he had a rocket underneath of him, and returns back to the balcony. Rocket in his pocket. Shoots straight up into the air and returns back to his balcony and says, "Now, carry on, carry on. Who are you trying to look for, since I'm sure it wasn't me?"
My bitch.
Tree Song. Tree Song, Tree Song.
Yeah.
She's quite lovely, you know. Quite
know.
lovely. She and I could talk all day. She really understands me. You'll find her at the northern half of the forest here at Chasm. And with that, you hear sort of a slam of the door upstairs, and you hear a loud, magnified snore coming from the tower.
Alright, so that was fun. And does he still does Kungar still have freaky hair?
He does.
Well, that's what he gets.
Can we
Yeah.
fix this, please?
No, you're unaware. You don't know. So
Kungar is still unaware of his hair being braided as such.
Alright. You guys know we're gonna need this rope.
No, we're fine.
We could just cut it off your head.
Yeah, we can do that.
Like when we need it.
Yeah.
There was 100 feet of rope entangled in my hair.
Yeah, well, you're the idiot not noticing.
It looks sort of like a mix between a turban and dreadlocks. It's quite interesting.
Actually, I kind of want to keep this.
Yep.
It sounds pretty awesome.
Okay. So we leave and we head north.
Upon leaving sort of the vicinity of the tower, Kungar, you notice your rope appears back at your side, and Urbag, you notice that your 3 potions of Cure Light Wound turn into 2, and 1 sort of shimmers there as if it's not really there.
Ah.
And unfortunately, Kungar, you no longer have your crazy hairstyle anymore. However, your red hair does maintain its shape as if it were half braided. It looks very strange. It's sort of like you sort of
braided mohawk.
you have essentially what would happen if somebody tried to braid your hair, and then the one half of it vanished.
Okay.
Okay. So he has like a Skrillex on one side and a mohawk on another. Okay.
Something
like
along the lines.
Sexy.
As you head north, we'll go ahead and take a 1-minute break.
that. Yay.
All right.
A whole minute?
A whole minute, BRB.
I'm gonna do that to look at my spells.
I'm gonna go get cookies. Or face cake. Guys, for my graduation party, my parents got me a cake with my face on it.
You want to hear something fucked up?
I ate my face.
No.
mean,
One year
afterwards.
anniversary after my mother went into a coma, we got a picture of her in a coma on a cake. Celebrate her coma.
Was she awake from the coma at this point?
Yes, yes. She was only in a coma for like 2 weeks. But we got her a picture of a coma on a cake. We're not allowed back to Mother Moose.
Damn.
Yeah.
Man, the pipe got all jammed up. Well, yeah.
All right, everyone, I'm back. Is everyone back?
Give us a minute.
All right.
Okay, we're ready.
All right, everyone's ready. All right, as you head.
We're ready. We're ready.
All right, as you head north, you come across a bridge that separates the town across the river. About 90% of the town is on the south side of the river, and only a handful of houses are to the north side, including the house of Ilmira Oniri, who is sort of your town's resident crazy cat lady. Shut in. Nobody really knows what's going on with this family. What the hell is happening? As you cross this bridge, you see a small child sort of smugly leaning against the side of the bridge and saying, "So, are you who they chose to get the Everflame this year?"
I
said,
fall
fuck
on the
yeah.
small child.
I'm sorry, you what, the small child?
I fall on the small... No. No, we're not doing this.
Alright, so I look at the kid and go, fuck yeah, you little bitch.
You don't look like much.
Neither do you.
My brother was chosen 6 years ago to go on the flame. I bet he was way better than what you guys are gonna be.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Well, I know what you are.
Nuh-huh.
Kid, I agree.
With this, he sort of sticks his tongue out at Malgrenor. And with that, you see,
Send the bird after him.
and with this, you see sort of 3 more smaller children sort of run up to him and says, "Are these the adventurers?"
I say, fuck yeah.
I'm cursing.
One of the kids says, "2 bronze pieces that one of them dies." And another kid goes, 6 that he dies.
Fuck is a bronze piece?
I say I take
Wait,
that
who
bet,
has a
and I try
bronze
to kill
piece?
John.
Copper
John's gonna
piece.
fake his death.
No,
Copper
bronze
pieces.
piece.
Oh, it's bronze?
No,
Yeah.
it's copper.
You know that a bronze piece is actually just a bronze piece of metal that was been stamped into a coin shape. It's not worth anything. It's worth its weight in bronze.
Okay, now I know that.
Today I learned.
Yay.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
And with that, the youngest child goes up to you and goes up to Urbag and sort of with wide doe eyes and says, "You're not going to die, are you?"
Probably.
And then the second youngest kid sort of chirps up and says, "I heard that one year none of the adventurers made it back."
I tell him to shut the fuck up.
Okay, so then just say, shut the fuck up.
I attempt to restrain Kungar because
I slap my hand over Kungar's mouth before he even gets the uck out of that word.
Shut the fuck.
And the oldest kid, who is the one you were initially talking to, said, "Yeah, you guys are pretty much goners."
Well, at
Nuh-uh.
least I'll never
Yeah,
have to
huh?
see this stupid head again.
I attempt to steal one bronze piece from the youngest child.
Roll for sleight of hand.
10.
Do you have any bonuses to that?
No, it's 10 with the bonuses.
Oh, okay. You are successful in lifting a bronze piece out of the kid's back pocket.
I ask the kids for bronze pieces and then yell at them in a threatening way to give them to me.
The kids scatter and run off screaming at Kungar's loud roar and demands. And the older kid, as he goes, sort of yells back and says, "You guys are done for. Fuck you."
Oh, fuck
I
that.
throw the
Fuck
bronze
that, we throw
piece
rocks
at
at
this
him. We
kid's
all
head.
throw rocks at him.
No, I throw
no.
my bronze piece at his
Not
head.
throwing rocks, okay?
Throw rocks at kids.
I
No.
throw my bronze piece at his head.
The kids run across the corner off the bridge, shrieking in the way that kids that are playing do. And your bronze piece sort of...
Orphans?
Quite possibly. And you sort of see your gold piece sort of sail after them as they sort of run off the bronze. Your bronze piece sort of sail after them, kind of uselessly. All right, so
I go
that's
pick
that
it up.
encounter. All right.
Wait, that was an encounter? I
That was-
killed those kids?
Not without facing the wrath of the entire fucking city.
What if we had the bodies? Oh wait, I'm neutral good. I can't say that.
All right.
Yeah.
You can think it though.
As you cross the bridge, you sort of hear this humming and singing going back and forth towards the outer walls of Chasm.
Oh, that's my bitch.
I listen
You have a
more.
beautiful voice.
I listen
Counter to you.
more.
You hear counting now. 1, 2, 7, 3, 28, 29, 2. And sort of a mad giggling.
You gotta make a little bit of an effort. Oh no, I was talking to Nick. I'm sorry. He was passing something to me. But
Continue.
yeah, I interrupted. No, I was
As you walk over towards the wall, you find none other than Olmira Treesong herself. She is wearing a bunch of leaves and sort of has the appearance of if someone had fallen through a tree top all the way to the ground and is now covered as such. She has no shoes on and she's sort of meandering along and she's touching every brick on the wall, and she's sort of struggling to reach the high ones, but she's making a very concerted effort to do so and touch every single brick along the wall. And
Valor lands on her shoulder.
Olmira Treesong is completely oblivious to Valor landing on her shoulder, and instead continues to touch every single brick along the wall.